everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to do a day in the life of a graduate IT business analyst in Australia. I've been watching a few of these videos lately and I really enjoy them. I find them just so interesting to watch and sort of compare and listen to other people's, I guess, perspective of their role, especially when they're kind of like working from home and when they're a graduate consultant slash business analyst. I love it. So hopefully maybe this video will spark someone's interest in this kind of career, or hopefully I can answer a few questions, because I also want to chat about it, how I got into it, and I guess my experience so far, because I started this role on February the 14th. My background is health and medical science, so it's not what I did in uni, IT, business, none of that. So I just want to kind of chat about it throughout this video, and yeah, hopefully it's informative. So I usually have a internal stand-up every morning around 8:39 for my project with my team. There's about 6 of us, so that's every morning throughout the whole duration of our project, which is about 2 months. Before that, most mornings I do what you would have saw before this. I just sort of get up. I don't know if I recorded myself having a coffee or anything like that. I probably didn't, because I woke up slightly later today, so I was in such a rush and I wanted to go boxing, so my mind was scattered everywhere. So it probably wasn't a good day to do this video, but that's okay. The reason why I'm dressed in literally a grey Nike jumper is because with these internal, well for me, with our internal stand-ups, it's just so casual, like everyone's just, you know, in sweats. But when we have a client stand up or a meeting, a check-in, I do tend to just pop on like a nice long sleeve top, always in trackies and Ugg boots at the bottom, but just sort of fix up myself up here. The rest is fine, and then after that I'll just chuck on a hoodie again because I want to be comfortable. So I'm about to jump in on my internal stand-up, and then after that I tend to go through my emails, just because I normally log on like just before my stand-up, like 10 minutes prior. So I like to do that first, and then I'll go through any emails that I have, which is usually, I normally wake up to about 10-ish emails. I'm still a grad, so I am expecting that to grow significantly in the next, I don't know, few months, few years. But yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. So after our check-in, usually during this 30-minute check-in, I go through the tasks that we have, so the sprints that we have for this project. Normally sprints are 2-week clusters, and that's just like tasks that you have to do before you're progressing to the next set of tasks, sprints, etc. So we'll go through all of that, set ourselves up for the day, and then I'll just like to go through my emails, see if there's anything super important, see if there's any spam, just delete that, and then I will get on to my tasks. So for today, I'm just going through a slide deck that we are presenting to the client on Wednesday. It's quite a big one because we're towards the end of our project, so it is quite I'm finding it slightly stressful because it's my first project. I was on the bench for about 3 months and then I got onto this project. So I am trying really hard to figure out what I'm doing, but I have such a great team and a project manager who's so supportive and helpful. So I've been learning so much throughout this time, which is great. I feel so lucky to have found a company that's honestly so amazing and they practice what they preach. So anyways, I just have to finish this deck, try and finalize it, and then get feedback and then make some changes. And that probably will literally take me most of the day, even though you might think it's just a PowerPoint slide. But when you have a PowerPoint slide of like, I think it's like going to be maybe 10 pages, because it's so, I guess, it's not like fully clustered with all this information. It's very like clean, sharp, straight to the point. But because I am still learning and trying to figure out my role throughout this and figure out this project, I like to make it perfect, and I'm a perfectionist. So it will probably take me maybe till like 3 o'clock, or yeah, about 3, and then I'll go through it with my project manager. I just like share my screen, show her, make some changes, and then I aim to have that done. Because it's on Wednesday, today's Monday, because the presentation is on Monday, I want this finished tomorrow by midday, and then if something wants to change again, we can edit it. And that's what is called agile project planning, which I can talk about that as well in another video, because I feel like I've picked up on all these things that I could tell someone about it, but at the same time I'm not professional. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. It's honestly a fake it till you make it kind of thing. So I'm gonna get started on this, and then I'll talk to you guys soon when I'm having lunch. Okay, so I've just heated some leftover pizza from yesterday. I wanted to quickly chat during my quick, I won't say this is lunch, this is more so like a late morning snack. I like to take like little 10-minute breaks throughout sort of like mid-morning and then later in the afternoon, just to sort of like refresh, or I feel like I'm just constantly staring at my screen and then I'm not even that productive. So one of my main tips for anyone who might be a grad or is just going into a consulting role is you don't have to stare at your screen for 8 hours a day. Honestly, like, you just because you might work long or work overtime doesn't mean that is being productive. And my supervisor told me that working overtime isn't what leads to growing the ladder. Basically, it's your quality of work, and quality of work doesn't come from working 10 hours a day, or, you know, showing that you are at your computer all day. It's about, you know, like, there's so many things that come into play, like your mental health, how you feel, the quality of your work, your, I guess, your motivation, like so many things. And I find that getting up, going to make a coffee, or just going outside and sitting in the sun for 10 minutes really helps me. So anyways, I just don't want to go off track. I wanted to talk about how I got into this role, because I've had so many people ask me, especially people that know that I did health and medical science with a major in nutrition at Adelaide University, and then I did honours. And after that, my first like real job was I was a project officer in aged care. I was in basically community health and wellness, and like, that's where I was when I applied for this graduate IT business analyst / consultant role. So with this kind of role, I'd assume most organizations, especially like a grad role, they don't look for, you know, you don't have to be a data scientist or have done business in university to land this role. Yeah, it helps, like, definitely. Like, I wish I did probably know a little bit about Microsoft, for example, and just like IT things before this, but with the company that I'm with, which I'm not going to name just because of like privacy reasons, there's a lot of training and you can do online courses and you do learn through there. So I do exams through this company. We do it like, you can do it once a year, you can do it 5 times a year, but it's basically to help you understand and grow so that you know what you're delivering to your client. But anyways, that's what I did at university. And then after university, when I became a project officer, I didn't know what I was doing. So I just started a diploma of project management online to sort of help. It did. I wouldn't say like I know so much, but it gave me the basics to understand. And yeah, so I just came across this job when I did not like my old job. It was so toxic. I was so depressed going there every single day. One day I was literally in the toilet, went on LinkedIn, I just started applying for jobs, and I feel like I didn't even really take in, like, I wasn't really thinking what I was applying for, but I applied for this. I got a call a couple of days later, an interview, and then I got the job within 2 weeks. And that's when I realized, wow, I love this company. This job sounds amazing. And yeah, like, I was just so happy. And then I think a couple of months later, because it was grad, we started in February. And it's been so great. I have a great cohort. The team's amazing. I do work from home most days. I'll probably go into office once a week. but they really practice what they preach. You get mental health days, they're all for diversity. You can work from home, you can come into the office. Like, they really do care for their employees. So I'm so happy. But yeah, so that's sort of kind of how I ended up here. So I do think I am very lucky. But if it is something that you are interested in, like I said, you don't need to know IT, or you don't need to have done that in university to become a consultant, because here I am, and I did like health basically. So yeah. So it's the afternoon now. I'm just gonna make myself another coffee because there's no water. Maybe a decaf actually, because I'm trying to cut down on caffeine. So I've made so much progress with my deck for the client. So I'm going to send it off to my project manager now, just to get a sign off on it and probably make some changes and fix it all up. And then I've got some other things to help one of the data scientists with. So with, just give me 1 second. Okay, so like working within a multidisciplinary team is honestly so amazing, because you actually don't realize how everyone's abilities and skills, how when they all come together, you can do such amazing things. I never used to really like think about that, but a business analyst, a data scientist, a UX design person, a project manager, like all these skills together is what makes an amazing outcome for a client. What a business analyst can do, a data scientist might not understand, and vice versa. A UX design employee, like no one can do everything, and nobody's skills are not enough. So everyone's skills and everyone's tasks are so important, because when you combine it together, that's when you get such an amazing deliverable, and the client is always so happy. So that's something that I've learned along the way, not to undermine my skills and think that I don't know enough. Sorry if the kettle's so loud. At the start I was like so like not confident and thinking, how am I going to do this? Like, I don't know anything, like what skills do I have? But when you start working in a team and you see what you're capable of, that's when you'll realize that everyone is important and you're important, and you should never look down upon yourself and what you actually can deliver to the table. So that is very important, and that's one of my main tips, because I'm very hard on myself, and my supervisor is so great with that, and he always helps me and always challenges my thinking regarding, I guess, like where I want to go with it, with my career, and I guess what I want to improve on. And he reminds me that I shouldn't focus, like I focus on the one thing that I'm not good at, and that's presentations. But I don't think about like the 20 things that I am good at. Like, your organization will look at what you know and help you improve with that like one thing that you don't know. So don't ever undermine yourself or look down upon yourself, because everyone is capable of amazing things when you work with such an amazing team. So it's basically the end of the work day for me today, and since the sun is still up, I'm gonna try and quickly squeeze in a beach esplanade walk. Hopefully it will still be out when I get there. I'm sure it will. So yeah, I hope that video, well, my day was somewhat informative. I know that there wasn't too much in it, but I sort of just wanted to make this very general video to see if anyone will be interested in it, or interested in finding out more about, I guess, sort of what I do as a grad analyst / consultant. I didn't want to like spend too much time talking about it if you know, it didn't like catch the interest of anyone. So please let me know in the comments below if there are any type of videos that you would like to, I guess, like any questions or any videos you want me to make about my position or my days or my work. I know I can't go into too much detail in terms of what I do with clients, but I can talk more generally and broadly about it. So anyways, I'm not going to end the video just yet, because I'm going to go for a walk and hopefully buy a matcha if the cafe is still open, and then I might cook later. I'm not too sure, but I will talk to you guys soon. So I'm at the beach now and I'm aiming to go for at least 5 kilometers, and I'm hopefully gonna get a coffee or something because I feel so tired because my period is due in a couple of days, so I feel so dead. But I'm gonna try and do a speed walk. I went boxing this morning, but I do like to get in as many steps as I can as well, because I find it just really mentally clears my mind and I feel a lot more productive throughout like the rest of the afternoon and night, and I just feel like I sleep better when I go for a walk as well. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. So I totally didn't record anything else after the beach because I ended up walking 10 kilometers, and then when I got home I just had some dinner and I was honestly so tired. I was so active physically and then work-wise today that I'm just wrecked. So it's like 9 o'clock and I'm about to go to bed. I was meant to watch a couple of episodes of Love Island and just chill, but honestly like my brain was just not functioning. I have this like massive pimple here, which is like a period pimple slash probably like a stress pimple from just I don't know, doing so much today. But anyways, I'd like to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys found it helpful and informative. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below and I'll make sure to get back to you.